Hello everyone to another one of my videos. In this video we are going to be covering the changes to the build that we have done in the last day. I have tested it out and it works quite great. This is due to the most recent patch. So essentially what we did, we have included the frenzy in our build, which is then being converted to power charges, and in this way we are finally being able to use flicker. Now obviously it's going to be much stronger as the gear is being progressed and being stronger, but for now it's working quite good. I'm gonna showcase that to you, but main things are staying the same. So essentially what you're doing, you're stacking up the evasion, you're still going Chaos Inoculation, make sure to have your resistances at the cap, and basically the idea is to have 150 spirit minimum, okay? You can go with less, but I prefer to have my Grim Feast over there because it can essentially double the amount of energy shield I have. Now my energy shield over here is lower, it can be much higher. It's still gonna work a little bit on the nodes over there, but hopefully we can find solution for that soon. Now I'm gonna be posting a link below with the build guide, okay? So all the skill gems and explanation why and everything will be sorted there. I want to keep this video concise within 10 minutes and show you some gameplay footage as well. But the idea is that you're running Grim Feast, Ghost Dance, Combat Frenzy, Wind Dancer, and Herald of Thunder for damage. The rest are obviously, as you know, defensives. Hand of Chayula is not necessary, but I like to use it on bosses because it allows you to generate curses and marks. I'm using a Sniper's Mark and then Despair. That's extra frenzy charges and as well debuff to the chaos resistance. Tempest Bell used mainly for bossing or stronger rares. Wind Dancer increasing your evasion. What you want to be always running is charge stuff, and the charges for the charge stuff you're generating by hitting people with Tempest Flurry, which has electrocute slotted. So every single time you electrocute within 1.73 seconds, you're getting a frenzy charge, right? And because of some neat things in the skill tree, what we're doing is essentially getting those extra charges, right? So we're over here having maximum power charges, we are having quarterstaff skill that consume power charges are counted as consuming an additional one, right? That's very good for both of our charge stuff and flicker, so you don't need to max them out to use them fully, especially because we're using two skills that are doing it. But your power charges are going to be used efficiently because charge stuff with improved quality and the persistent gem is keeping you, I think, 55 seconds of uptime, right? And once it's up and running, all your charges you're going to be spending on Flicker Strike. Flicker Strike is actually not really necessary to be used, funny enough. I just like the flashy play, but you can pretty much just go with the Tempest Flurry, one button. Well, it would be two buttons, right? Because you want to charge stuff and just smack things. But yeah, Flicker is quite nice because it's fully physical, no conversion. So if you're low on the energy shield, it fills you up easily and fills up your mana. Why? Because we are Chayula with consuming questions, ravenous depths, and this is one is very important, reality rending, which is essentially allows you to double your damage, 7% chance to double your damage, and it's chaos damage, right? So it's actually more than doubling because most of monsters are not having chaos resistance, okay? Still, like I mentioned, you are increasing the attack damage, filling up your evasion rating percentages, energy shield, stacking those, increased chances to shock. Shock is, by the way, slotted on charge stuff in this variation of the builds. Extra lightning damage, like I mentioned, you want your dexterity nodes as much as possible. Eternal Youth to recharge your energy shield because, well, you're not having life anyways. And Resonance, this is what enables it all for those frenzy charges, conversion into the power charges. Still going with the penetration for the lightning and increased lightning damage, mana leeches, quarterstaff skills like I mentioned earlier. You want to put high alert on amulet because you're always on the full life. It goes very good with Chaos Inoculation. Falcon techniques, 1% attack speed per 15 dexterity. We took all the new nodes because they're helping us with electrocution buildup. This is the new nodes from the patch that have been introduced. Extra dexterity over here, and bestial skin, which is doubling the evasion rating for equipped body armor. We are having overflowing power, 2 maximum power charges, and essentially we are going up Chaos Inoculation, and we're taking Patient Barrier, which is increasing our maximum energy shield by 60%. Big boost, getting those, mainly why I'm going Intelligence. It's because I want to be able to run the Grim Fist on a higher node, because you can essentially double your energy shield. And again, exposures over here. So that's there. Since I'm level 88, there is more things that I'm gonna be getting through the leveling up. Few pathways are possible. So you go up over here and go into the energy shield, stacking it even more. That's one way that you could do it, or you could go get those nodes over here as well with energy shield and evasion. You could go here for the attack damage. You could go here for mana leech. Is this what you need more? Or you could get a little bit more power charges over here. And as well, it buffs up your energy shield by 20%, and that's 3 times, so 60%, very strong. I most likely am going to be going for this option. But again, as I improve my gear and get better pieces, this should be much higher, around 5,000-6,000, and then with my again limited knowledge, but yeah, this is basically the probably not 5,000-6,000. I'm overblowing it, but around 4.5, and then doubling it with the Grim Fist stacks. Yeah, you become very tanky. You're tanky already, but you can get even more. If you're having much higher evasion than me, I recommend acrobatics, but that's pretty much about it when it comes to the skill tree. And yes, last thing is to get this ascendancy, which is gonna give you Flames of Chayula. Okay, so the next part, gear. Gear, wanna go hybrid, evasion, energy shield. I'm most likely gonna change this piece to full evasion. Because of my notes, but then again, funny enough, it's a very good piece, and it's very difficult to find a replacement. When it comes to the stats that you want, it's obviously increased attack speed. By the way, on a weapon, it's a must. It's a must. As well, try to get plus to level of all melee skills. And you want to get your mana leech nodes. Not necessary, but again, it's quite welcoming. When it comes to the flasks and belt, you want to be getting instant recovery. Helps very well in the tight spots. And then we're having mana flask, which is more recovery when on low mana. So if you're getting to that low mana point, at least we can do something for it. So I'm gonna be showcasing to you how it all works right now. This is the best map I have currently, which is tier 13. So it's gonna be quite interesting. Okay, we're gonna take it with a higher level of monsters over here and traverse. Basically, guys, the way it works, you open up with Tempest Flurry, you get your power charges, you spend your power charges in order to charge your stuff, and once your charge stuff is up and running, you're gonna be focusing all your power charges into your flicker. Looks like the enemies are not deciding to show up this time. Let's see down here. Okay, so as you can see, already 2 power charges, and then we are continuing, right? We are already having 4, and we can start flickering already. So that's basically the idea of the build. Now, obviously, I'm doing this just to showcase it to you right now, but what you want to be running it at 5, because it gives you longer duration and extra lightning damage, right? And then this is the moment when you pop them. And as you can see, I filled up my mana instantly, and my shield is actually 4,176 from all the remnants that I'm getting. So with a higher intelligence, you can run the skill at the higher level. Right now, as you can see, I'm running it at only level 12, but as I increase my intelligence with some good stats on items, we're gonna be going for much bigger thingies over there, okay? So yeah, this is basically the idea of it. Let's run it for a little bit more, just to show you how easy it is to clean stuff. Like I mentioned, you can just go and smack things with a Tempest Flurry, but you could be flickering and zapping around just as well. Okay, so that's pretty much about it. Test it out on your maps. I almost beat Trial Master with this build. I got smacked on the last 10%, and that was my bad for not dodge rolling. It was first try. But yeah, it's viable, it works, and it's quite good and healthy. You kind of like feel immortal, okay, let's put it that way. For the trials, it's good as well, so you can get your 4th Ascendancy. I have just been lazy to do it, and I have been trying to do it with the Trial Master, so that's a piece of advice. Maybe try the Sakima version instead, because Trial Master is, in my opinion, more difficult one. Anyways, well, basically this is the idea behind it, and make sure to drop a like, comment, subscribe, follow, and whatever else you can do to support the channel, as I will be posting much more videos in the future covering Path of Exile. Maybe I'm gonna create another class as well, or something else. And thank you for watching, guys.